connected with elections.
Georgia is the first state to use only touchscreen voting machines, a $54 million contract awarded to Diebold. July 20th, 2004 was the statewide election day and the congressional primary for Democratic candidate Cynthia McKinney.
Georgia itself has conducted over 300 very successful elections with our equipment. You haven't seen the issue in Florida with our equipment. And quite honestly, the capabilities of our equipment eliminate a lot of those risks, such as disenfranchisement.
We had one precinct today where there were a total of 17 voting machines, but only 2 of them worked. And so the election officials had to resort to the use of paper ballots. But they didn't have enough paper ballots, so after 25 people had the opportunity to vote, then there were no more paper ballots. This is not the way an election is supposed to run.
Suppose that we didn't have any computers at all, and when you went to vote, the voting booth was separated by a curtain, and there was a guy behind the curtain who would write down your votes. So you just dictate them, he writes them down, and when you're done, you leave without being able to look at the ballot. Most people in their right mind would not trust this process.
I just voted for myself.
Electronic voting is similar. In an electronic voting machine, you don't have a little guy inside the machine taking dictation, but you have lots of people who are involved in writing the software and lots of people who could have touched the software before it went into that machine.
I'm hopeful that my vote will be counted today.
There's no accountability in the process, and you have to wonder why.
How confident are you?
Well, we're backing up my hope with a team of lawyers.
Cynthia's legal team has been called out to a precinct where all the voting machines have malfunctioned. It's in a McKinney stronghold, where many of the voters are poor and black.
What we're understanding the problem is, one of the problems, there are several problems here at Snapfinger, and what I've been told is the precinct is hot overall, and the machines have began to go in and out, and several voters have reported problems when they have made a selection of their candidate of choice. Another candidate is getting the vote.
I went in, got my little voting card, put it in the machine, went to vote for the candidate of my choice, who happened to be Cynthia McKinney. When I pressed the box on the touch screen next to her name, the box for Luann Levitan got the red check mark instead.
Time of malfunction, 1 p.m.
Wow, 1 p.m.
It's 4:35. 3.5 hours.
Linda, this is Karen Fitzpatrick.
Hey, how are you?
I'm fine, lady, and I wanted to make several clarifications. And the problems were because there was not enough air and ventilation in the precinct. Okay. Not because any human error or anything else, but because of the heat, the systems began to malfunction.
Okay, but for whatever reason, they didn't seem to call our office.
They called from 1 o'clock.
Who did they call?
They
Depot technicians?
Yeah, and nobody turned up.
A number that the director or supervisor of elections gave them to call if there was a problem with the machines.
Right.
They called it from 1 o'clock.
And nobody turned up.
We have no technician at 5:13. Your office.
Mr. Jasper Russell just came up, and actually he's one of your employees that you probably don't know that's been designated as the machine technician.
Is he working in the poll?
Yes.
Yes, I am.
You're a poll worker?
Yes, I am.
Well, if you are a poll worker, he is a specialist working from our office, so how can you judge what's happening with that Devo machine?
Because it's happening to many of them.
Right.
No, you need to come and talk to him, and you can't issue a statement like that without having a depot representative out there to test those machines, darling.
Let's just end because we're not trying to get you all in.
We watched machine after machine get carted out of her office and